Welcome back to the channel, everybody. You asked for it, and here it is, my 6-month review of the Smokeslinger. My name's Alan Kiesel, and I don't sweat. The meat does. So if you're thinking about getting a Smokeslinger, this update will tell you whether it actually fits your cooking style or if you should just go a different direction. Also, if you haven't yet, go check out my Smokeslinger initial review on this grill. It goes over the entire smoker, what you can do with it, different cooking methods, and I'm also gonna link a bunch of videos down below on cooks I've done. Brisket, using offset mode, chicken, doing 2-zone cooking, and so much more. So check out those links and be sure to watch them to really see what this is all about. I've cooked on everything. You've seen my videos, offsets, pellet grills, Kamado Joes, you name it. So I've got a lot of things to compare this to. And when I first reviewed the Smokeslinger, I called it the Swiss Army knife of smokers. Now that it's been battle tested for 6 months, here's the truth. So short and sweet, let's go over the build quality. Still solid, of course. Body, weld, handles, absolutely strong. It's 1/4-inch thick steel, and it's gonna last forever. But the wheels though, yeah, they didn't age too well, and that's one of those things that just drives me nuts. There's rust on it. I bought the Smokeslinger, you season it up, it looks beautiful, and then you have these wheels that start rusting. And I know they tested so many different types of wheels and found this to be the best one. No warping, none of that stuff. But to me personally, I just don't like wheels that rust, so I'm gonna be changing the wheels. But if you don't have a problem with that, then that's really all I have to complain about on the build quality. Again, it is a tank. So let's talk about fire management and my cooking experience. Now, fire management is where my opinion changed the most after the last 6 months. Compared to my offsets, the Smokeslinger isn't as easy to run low temps. It can hold a small, clean fire, but it does take more attention, smaller fuel pieces, and some patience. This is not run like a traditional offset. Like I've said, it's not an offset. Low temps take a lot more finesse. But once I stopped trying to force 225 and I let it cruise at 275, 325, everything got easier and the cooking experience was 10 times better. So here's the fuel setup I use now. I use 1 chimney of charcoal to get the bed going. I use 2 8-inch dry splits and extra splits warming up in the other basket. It allows them to go right on and heat right up, especially with a smaller coal bed. So once you stop fighting it and let it just run where it wants to, the cooks, they just turn out fantastic. One thing I really like though, is that you can run it however you want. Charcoal only, wood splits, a mix of both, wood chunks, whatever you wanna do, it's gonna let you do it and it's gonna let you do it well. So for example, I do not like heavy smoke on poultry. I never have, never will, but I do want charcoal flavor and some char on the skin. So charcoal with a chunk or 2 comes out absolutely perfect. That's how I like my chicken, and the Smokeslinger does just that. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Let's talk about setup and cooking styles. Now the dual zone setup is still one of my absolute favorite things about this pit. Now my Kamado Joe, if you watch my other videos, you know these Kamado Joes and other Kamado grills can do dual zones, but the space is limited. The Smokeslinger gives you dual zones and real cooking space. Brisket on one side, chicken or steaks on the other, not a problem with the Smokeslinger. Reverse flow, direct heat, traditional flow, hybrid setups, whatever it is, you can do so many different styles on this smoker. But one thing I'm not a fan of is reverse flow on this smoker, which I know a lot of people talk about and recommend. I don't like it. I don't like that the heat source is directly under the food. And even though the tuning plates are blocking it, there's still residual heat coming off those plates. And I notice things are cooking much faster, and I just don't love it. So I actually prefer traditional offset style on this, which you've seen in my other videos. So let's talk about durability and cleaning. The body and the frame, they still look great. They look absolutely great, still like the first day I got it. I switched to avocado oil though for touch-ups. It's way better than linseed oil in my opinion. It handles the high heat when that thing gets hot, and it doesn't just burn off after every cook. The bar grates, absolute tanks, super solid. I love using them, and the tuning plates work, but they are annoying to clean. Grease gets trapped in between them and drips through, sometimes onto the fire or the other side. So I usually throw an aluminum pan under what I'm cooking for easy cleanups, and then it's really not an issue at all. If I could change one thing though, I'd add a slight dome to the lid. More clearance, better airflow, more room. So I did actually cook a ham for Thanksgiving, and I went to put it on there. Even on the bottom rack, I couldn't get the lid to shut without hitting the ham. And that was actually a bummer. So I had to move it on to one of my other grills. So I hope that they do put a dome type lid on it in the future, and hopefully one that you can even swap out. Other similar smokers out there, very similar grills, direct heat grills, a lot of them have that dome, and it seems to help out a lot from what I can tell. That is one wish that I do hope they put in the future. So who is this smoker not for? Well, it's not for everybody. This pit is not for you if you already have a giant big charcoal grill that you like using. You really don't need two, in my opinion. You want pellet grill style convenience. You don't want to sit there and babysit this thing, right? You just want to be able to hit a button, throw it on, light a quick charcoal in a Kamado grill, and just let it do its thing and not have to worry about it, not have to run out and throw splits on every once in a while. I mean, that's a big factor when you buy something like this or any other offset, that you have to actually use real wood or charcoal and chunks and have to obviously baby it, manage it, and keep going out there and adding to the fuel source. Now, there are ways you can do it. Obviously, I know people are gonna say, oh, you can use a snake method, you can use this method, that method. I get it, but it is not as convenient and efficient as a Kamado grill. If you hate heavier cleanup, this is gonna require a lot more cleanup. It is bigger, it has a lot more space. Like I said before, grease can drip through a lot of spaces. If you're just one of those messier cooks, not like me, I'm very anal. I like having tins and everything under there catching that grease, but if you don't, it gets down to the bottom, you're gonna have to pull the drawers out, get in there and clean it out. So to me, the cleanup on this is a lot harder than a standard offset. You pull out the grates, clean the bottom, scrape them into the vent. So it is a little bit more work. You're just gonna get your back hurting a little more when you're down there trying to clean it out. But like I said, if you keep it clean, it'll work. But if you don't want that, this might not be for you. And before we get into the next one, I do want to share something with you guys. Now, I'm not sponsored. They're not paying for this video, but I really, really like this product. And with all the meat thermometers out there, I've used meters before, ThermoWorks, all different brands. I've been using the RFX recently, and it works extremely, extremely well with a smoker like the Smokeslinger and other offsets that use 1/4 inch thick, 3/8 inch thick steel. It uses a different type of frequency. So normally with these other thermometers, when they're going through that thick steel, maybe the signal starts off great, but once they get through it, it's really weakened and it diminishes the range that they could use. Where this one actually uses a different frequency. It's a lower frequency. It goes through it. It doesn't slow down, and it can give you, I think, 1,500 feet line of sight range. So what's really cool about it, it has this RFX gateway that you just magnetize to the side of your grill or put it wherever you want. And then you have these meats, the RFX meats. And it's just like, think of the meter or anything else. You have your wireless probe that you stick into them, 4 or 5 different points that are on here that can tell you the temperature throughout the meat. And these just sync up with it, and then you can manage it from your phone, you can watch it, you can see ranges, you can do all the things all these other ones do. But the big thing for this one is that the range is so much better. It works much better in these thick steel grills. It's just a really cool one. I thought I would just share it because I've been using it and I really do love it. And you can just buy a ton of these things and just keep connecting them to it. All right, back to the review. All right, this is it, my final verdict. I threw some cool lights behind me like they do in the cool YouTube videos. They're my kids' lights. Thought it'd be fun. Wrap this video up. Let's talk about getting real with yourself. 6 months in, the Smokeslinger hasn't gotten old, it's gotten honest. But here's the part that nobody likes to say out loud. You have to be real with yourself. Are you actually gonna use this thing? Or does it just look cool on Instagram, on Facebook, and you just want one? Do you have the time to actually learn fire management if you don't know fire management? Do you enjoy babysitting long cooks? These are very real things and tough things. Because if you don't, or your schedule is packed, this is not the pit for you. Neither is an offset. Do you live in a cold place like me and hate sitting outside in the freezing cold all day? It is freezing out right now. Actually, I'm in my garage right now and it's freezing. I don't even want to go out there to do this video in front of it. I'm curious, where are you guys from and what's the temperature there right now? Still looking to move out of New York and would love to find a place that's actually warmer right now. I know we did this a while ago on one of my other videos and it was springtime and you guys were giving me the temps there and what it was like. So I'm actually curious right now in December what the temps are where you're from. So let me know again what the temperature is and where you guys are from. To be fair, I have 5 kids. I have a full schedule. I have a ton going on every single day. As much as I love the Smokeslinger and my offsets, a pellet grill is honestly what I use most days because it's realistic for my life. I know, I get it. People are gonna say pellet grills don't even compare to this, and I 100% get your point of view. But if you know what you're doing, it turns out amazing barbecue and it works for my life. And look, I'm not gonna say, well, it's only for you to decide if it's right for you. Like everybody else on YouTube when I'm watching review videos for cameras or barbecues or whatever it is. Obviously, it is for you to decide. But if the pit checks all of these boxes, then I'm telling you right now,
push the damn button and buy this thing.
You will not be disappointed. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value out of this. I really wanted to make this video to help everybody that's on the fence or has been thinking about a smoke slinger or other types of smokers and not sure which way to go. I hope my review and this 6-month review has helped you out. Again, check out the Facebook group, the Smokeslinger Facebook. It is a ton of things going on in there. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna see other people that are trying to make these decisions, and ultimately, that's gonna help you make the decision as well. All right, thank you so much. God bless, and I'll see you in another video. Oh wait, don't forget, like, subscribe, and share this one out. Please. Thank you.